Welcome to Chapter 5 Separation of Substances Part 2. In the last video, we were on the soup. Oh no, not that delicious English one. We are talking about the Hindi one, which is used to separate the other things which are not in meat from the grains which are useful to us. By wind, okay. So as you must have seen that the peels or the what do you say, that dried plants are very light. I mean lighter than the grains. So you can simply blow them, and then there's no need for hand picking because it will take hours, and not just hours. If there are lots of them, they can also take years. Why this doesn't work? Come on. Okay. Hand picking. We cannot separate small stones particles from grain by winnowing. For this, we have to use the method of hand picking. This method is usually used to separate undesirable substances such as small pieces of stones from wheat, rice, and pulses. So you must have seen your mother. She has some rice in a plate. Then she uses her hand to check if there are glass pieces or some if there are some insects or there are some stones, there are some glass particles. So she checked it one by one, and when the whole rice is checked, like you can see, this is the more rice and this is the purified one. Just a second, I'll just do some magic. Okay, I'm back. Come on. Sieving. This method is used to separate those solid mixtures which have components of different sizes. Small particles pass through the sieve while the big particles remain behind the sieve. Okay, now this is a very interesting process also. There's some problem with my mic. Okay. So your mother uses this type of gadget to separate the tea leaves from the tea. Magnetic separation. This method is used to separate iron from other components of a mixture. This method involves the use of a magnet. For example, iron fillings are separated from sulfur powder in factories. Scrap iron is separated from the heap of waste materials so that it can be recycled. Sedimentation and decantation. The solid matter which settles down at the bottom of a liquid is called sediment. The deposition of solid matter at the bottom of liquids is called sedimentation. So sedimentation is a very interesting topic. So these are the sediments in this image, and this is pure water. So the sediments are first mixed in the water. They are floating all over the water, but soon they became very lazy and go to sleep. And this is how we can purify the water. Okay, now don't think that you can drink this water. It is not as purified to drink. Well, yes, it is as purified to drink, but why to take a risk? Now, I know that you all must have seen this method at least one time in this lifetime, in this period. No? Okay. So when your mother cooks rice, she does this part. Okay. This is interesting. The pouring out of a liquid from a vessel without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. Like this is decantation, and this is also decantation. The process of decantation can be used for separating only when solid does not dissolve in the liquid. So, the process of decantation can only be done when the sediments are insoluble. This method can also be used for separating two immiscible liquids. However, it cannot be used for separating two immiscible liquids. Oh, sorry, I meant something else. I meant that it can be used for separating two immiscible, means that two liquids which does not dissolve, like oil and water, and two liquids which can dissolve, like lemon juice and water. It cannot be done. Next slide. Okay, we have done this one. Filtration. This method is used for separating insoluble substances from a liquid. This method involves the use of filter paper in daily life. Different kinds of filters are used, like a wire, mesh, stirrer, or a piece of cotton cloth. A mixture of two liquids cannot be separated by filtration. It cannot remove any solid substance which are dissolved in a liquid. Evaporation. Now we all know evaporation, but still we are going to discuss this topic right now. Evaporation. Evaporation is used to obtain a solid substance that has dissolved in water. The dissolved substance is left as a solid residue when all the water is evaporated. So evaporation can also purify, or you can say take out the sediment from the water which is soluble. Now that is an interesting topic, but we lose the water. So it is mainly used when we need the sediments, like making salt from ocean water. In this, they dig a big, what do you say that? A deep bowl-like structure in the beach side soil, and then they put a lots of water inside it and let it to evaporate. When all the water evaporates, the left salt is used for cooking. The common salt dissolved in water can be separated by the process of evaporation, but this takes a long period of time. The process of evaporation is used on a large scale to obtain common salt from seawater. Now, of course, if I will just take a bowl of ocean water, then what will I get? Only this much of salt. That's why we need to store a lot or a higher amount of ocean water, or seawater, so that we get a lots of salt at a small period of time. Okay friends, bye for today. See you in Separation of Substances Part 3. Bye friends.